In this video, we will introduce property files within the Java programming language. A properties object is a persistent hash table that normally stores key value pairs of strings, assuming that you use methods setProperty and getProperty to manipulate the table. Property objects can be written to an output stream, possibly a file, and read back in through an input stream. The properties file can be used to store application information, especially to avoid the bad practice of embedding application information in the code. Now let's write code to use a properties file for storing our application properties. Here again we have a demonstration. We already have our properties object being created. And now we're going to write the values and set some properties on the object itself. Imagine that you have a database. Instead of actually putting the values to connect to your database, you can put them in a properties file. Here, for example, we have database location, which is localhost, the username and password. Then we're going to be saving the properties using a file output stream. Location is temp config.properties. Now the method store writes this property list, key and element pairs in this properties table to the output stream in a format suitable for loading into properties table and using the load input stream. We can also look at its implementation, and we can see that it's expecting an output stream and comments to store, or a description of the property list. Now here's an example to read the properties. Again, we use the load method, which reads a property list key and element pairs from the input byte stream. The input stream is in a simple line-oriented format as specified on load reader. And here we simply get the property values and print them out to the console. Let's run our program. Right-click on the source, run as Java application. We can see here that our values were correctly stored in the config properties and were read back to us when we printed them out. With this knowledge, avoiding the unnecessary pollution of application code with application properties can allow you to move your system to any environment, for example, from development to testing to production painlessly. This concludes our discussion of property files in Java.